I met Mr. Malik in a bazaar and he was so kind. He took me all the way to Han School. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, CC.
谢谢。
Bye bye. Merci.
Salam YouTube, this is Yan. I am now in Shiraz, the oldest city in Iran. It's also the origin of Persian architecture. The place right now I'm living is the historical area with lots of beautiful Persian architecture. So today I want to take you to a tour in this old city. We're going to discover the Holy Shrine, the mosque, the traditional courtyard, and public bathroom. I'm going to meet my friend Mohammed in a minute and we're going to start the trip.
Thank you. Appreciate it for the water.
This is one of the most beautiful holy shrine in Shiraz, the Shah Cheragh Holy Shrine. And actually there is only one holy shrine in Iran, that is in Mashhad. And now you can also hear the call for prayers. But this holy shrine is for the brother of one of the imams. And I was at the entrance a few minutes ago. They told me that I cannot bring my cameras inside. So instead I will try to film what's inside with my cell phones. And I and Mohammed, we're going to separate at this moment because man and woman have different entrances, but we will meet each other inside the shrine. I hope you can hear me clearly because I'm filming with my iPhone, and since I'm an international tourist, I will be also given an international tourist guide who can explain everything to me in English. Since we're going to visit a holy place, so it's necessary to wear a chador that covers all of your body and also wear socks. I didn't have the socks, but then I bought one in order to get in.
All the wall has the mirror work. Those one is the burial chamber, and when people come here, they go around the burial chamber, they touch it, they kiss it to respect this person who buried.
We're inside the holy shrine, and this whole room is decorated with beautiful mirrors, the whole place. And this is the tourist section, so actually since I'm a tourist, I'm not allowed to enter that area. Behind me, behind that wall, that was the area for the Muslims to pray. This is the other entrance of another shrine which belongs to the younger brother of one of the imams, and it's so beautiful. On top of the door, the entrance, that's purely gold. The arch is decorated with golden glasses and the roof with wood carvings. After the tour guide, now we have some minutes to roaming around freely, and we've been here at one of the mosques near the Holy Shrine. Because just now it was the praying time, we went inside and we saw the mullah. He has been leading the praying for almost 20 minutes non-stop. And while he was singing, the whole Holy Shrine at the mosque could hear his voice because of the louder speaker. The Holy Shrine of Shah Cheragh is one of the most beautiful shrines I've ever been to, and as a foreigner, although I know very little about the religion of Islam, I'm still very impressed by it. The second place that we're going to visit is the Vakil Mosque. It's also another masterpiece of Islamic architecture. So look at this entrance. It's covered with beautiful, beautiful color tiles, and For those who are not familiar with Islam, there is a difference between the mosque and the shrine. The mosque is a place for worship, whereas in the holy shrine there is often the tomb of a saint, which is often the family of the imams. And we're going inside, and later I'll give the camera to Muhammad and he will explain to you how it works inside the mosque.
Now we are in Vakil Mosque, and the architecture of all of the mosques in Iran is the same. And every mosque has two places for praying. One of them is for winter and one of them is for summer. And in this part you can see the main place for praying in summer, and the left one, or in the eastern part of this mosque, you can see the praying place for winter. Although it's closed now, but generally they're using the summer part for praying.
This summer's praying room is very beautiful, peaceful and quiet. And inside this hall there are two important places that I want to show you. First is behind me, this mihrab. And this is a place for the mullah to pray. Look at this. He usually goes inside and lead the prayer. For the rest of the followers, they will be standing behind him on this carpet. And after the praying, the mullah goes up to the staircases. And this staircase is called mimbar. This staircase is made entirely of marble stones. And not everyone can enter this place. Only the king or the mullah can go up and speak to the public. I met Mr. Malik in a bazaar, and he was so kind. He took me all the way to Han School. I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, CC.
谢谢.
Bye bye. Merci. Every day you come back to main bazaar again. You know, many days.
خیلی ممنون. خداحافظ.
Go inside.
You can see that on my both sides, those vaulted spaces are very typical to Islamic architecture. It avoids direct sunlight and also provides some shade in hot weather. And on the facade, those are the beautiful tiles, and those are often hand-drawn by the artist. On the second floor, those are the dormitory and classrooms for students who are studying religion. What is your name?
My name is Mehran.
Mehran.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet you. Konnichiwa.
No, I'm Chinese.
Chinese. How do you say?
你好.
Ni hao. The school where the old religious lectures, they are giving that to the scholars and telling them about nature, religion, and many different things. But mostly also it's for its art. You can see here, this is one of the oldest buildings remained in Shiraz. You know, the most buildings that have remained in Shiraz are from the Qajar dynasty. So that means they are approximately 160 years old. Some also are from the Zand dynasty, so they are 250, maximum 275 years old, from the Zand dynasty, the dynasty of Karim Khan Zand. But this is a building from the Safavid dynasty, so this means that this building is 450 years old. Please come inside. سلام آقا هاشم. خوبی سلامتی؟ قربونت برم. سلام استاد. خوبی عزیزم؟ چرا؟
سلام.
This is master of this art, and here is also the only place where we can see live how these old windows that we can see right here are first restorated, and when there is no way to restaurate them, like this one, you see, this one you can't restaurate it. If you restaurate this one, it will fall apart in some years. So what are they doing? They are creating it here. The master is creating it here from 0 until to 100.
And that is the old window?
This is a 450 years old window that you see right here. And
So incredible.
yes, isn't it?
From a historical house.
Yes, it is. It is from this school. And also what you see here is also very old window. This is 250 years old. And this house where this window belonged to is not any longer existing. So they just went there to the last second to rescue this window. As you see, like the pink mosque, it's the same very difficult technique. And interesting to know for you as well is that there is no glue or no nail used at all. So it's all put inside together like a puzzle. As you see here. This is one of the oldest ways, you can say it's the first puzzle. It is 1,200 years old, and you can find this kind of art from China until Spain. But in every country, in its own style and in its own language. For example, in China, in Japan, in Korea, if they have this kind of woodwork where the wood is going inside together and holding each other, it is not looking like Oriental or Muslim art. Islam architecture. It is looking like the houses in China and Japan. The roof is looking like that.
Yeah.
The windows, of course, are looking different. They're looking similar, like you know. But when you come to Islamic countries, it's more difficult. It's way more ankles, and there are like 1,000 pieces. And this is very similar to the art that you will find in Spain and Italy. And this goes back to the time when there in Andalusia, for example, the Arabs came there, and the Muslim art also has influenced the peninsula of there.
Yeah, the Persian gardens.
Exactly. For example, the Persian gardens.
It was just a coincidence, but I was so glad that Mr. Kayo explained to me what happened in this carpentry workshop. Iranians have a passion for art, and that's the reason behind this beautiful creation. This is the next place that we're going to visit, a big public bathroom. In Asian times, hygiene is very important, but most families don't have a private bathroom, and that's why they go to the public ones. This public bathroom is huge. This is the entrance area, that's a cashier, and that's a fountain. In the past times, this fountain is for cleaning the hand and face, but also for cooling down food, such as stew, watermelon. So after taking a hot bath, they can come back, relax, and eat some cool food.
And sometimes when the parents take a bath, small children can play in this water. Public baths was very important in old Iran because most of the new people that come to new cities should first go to the public baths and ask for a place to stay. If they need help or they need money, they can go to the public baths and find it.
So it's like a social space.
Exactly.
After entering the bathroom here, we are at the heat room. Actually, I can feel this is much hotter than the other room. There are mainly 4 parts in this part. First of all, it's the hot pool. At the first step, you go and take a hot bath inside, and then you get out and get a back scrub in the middle of the bathroom. And if you want to cut your hair or treat your teeth, you can go to the other side where the barber shop can also be a dentist. And on this side, it's the cold pool. And if you are feeling too hot, just jump in and cool yourself down.
And when your shower is finished, you should shout "Khosh" and they give you towel, the red one, the red towel.
The last piece of Persian architecture I want to show you is a traditional house in Shiraz. So we're not going back to the place where we are staying, because in that region there are lots of traditional houses that are converted into beautiful boutique hotels. We're trying to knock on one of the door and we hope that they could let us in and make a video.
We was walking on a traditional area in Shiraz, and let me show you a old and traditional door of Iranian or Persian houses, and all of the door had two bells, and this one used by men's and this one used by women's. The sound that make it's a bit louder, you can hear that, and this one. These are the differences, and the host can know that a man is behind the door or a woman is behind the door.
My friend Mohammed went back earlier, so I will be finishing the rest of the filming by myself. On my way to the hotel, I saw this structure. This is Ab Anbar. Ab Anbar is an ancient cistern or underground reservoir that is very often seen in Iranian cities. And I've seen this in other cities like Yazd, but the shape is a bit different. In Yazd, there is a dome structure on the top. This reservoir is apparently abandoned. There is no water at all, but it's huge inside. Many of the hotels or guest houses are adapted from traditional Persian houses, but they are not all the same because the pattern of a traditional Persian house is quite flexible. And for this hotel, it has a very long corridor that gives the house a lot of privacy. Most of the traditional Persian house has two parts. One is the Andaruni, those are the private rooms, and the other part is Biruni, which means in the center, this public space, the courtyard, the garden. And often this garden is the center of family life. There is a fountain, and in hot summer they can even cool the melon. The wall of the building is often decorated with beautiful tailings. They use traditional color such as yellow, brown, carmine, turquoise, which is a Persian blue, etc. And this decoration gives the courtyard a Persian touch.
In every century, we have some different rooms. In Qajar, we have Panjdari. Panjdari means some windows. That is 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 windows.
Panj means 5. We have Sedari and Hafdari. 3 doors and 7 doors. Also have different
characters.
Different mood, different rules. You can now see.
Come, don't afraid. There wasn't a bathroom, but this hotel, they create a bathroom in the old style. Look at this, it's quite big, and they even have someone, she told me it's called dalak, which means someone who scrubbed your back. This bathroom used to be a kitchen, and in the past, the underground floor, they're often used as a kitchen or storage room, and as told by the hotel manager, actually all the houses underground, they're connected. Traditional Persian houses, they are not only houses, but they are also a very precise reflection of Persian culture and religion, and that's why you must visit it in Iran. That's also the end of today's video. If you like it, please give me a thumb up. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.